we are. We're on a Panama LJ road trip. This is sacred ground. It's where the old LJs come to die. It's just like the elephant graveyard. You need at least 2 or 3 to keep one on the road. Parts are so scarce. We don't even have a Suzuki dealership here in Canada anymore. They bugged out a few years ago, all of North America. Too bad, because everybody now wants the new Jimny and we can't get it. But they bugged out of North America. I guess they just weren't making enough money here. And the North American attitude is, you gotta fit a 4x8 sheet of plywood in the back or it's no good. Ford F-150 pickup truck, #1 vehicle. And because of that, we miss out on the new Jimny. Oh well, we got a few of the old ones still kicking around. So this is the boneyard. I've just come down to take a few parts off. Thought I'd go on a Panama road trip. We're deep in the woods, the Canadian outback. Here we are. We just had a really good downpour yesterday. Everything is just soaked. I got these tarps on here, but I'm sure there's loads of water in those trucks. They're basically finished, they're parts. The yellow one there still has an engine in it. I'll get the tarps off and give you a little look. So here we go. Here we have a desert tan hardtop. Lots and lots and lots of rust. Look at the state of that. That's your Canadian winters. Salt. I'm taking the engine out of this one. Still a few half decent parts on there. But that is just gone. Absolutely gone. No floors. This one is a convertible. No engine, it's pretty well stripped already. We got the fenders back at the shop. We're deciding which ones to fix up. This is a convertible. Took the doors off the other day. Engine's still in it. It's shot, but it's still in it. That's not the correct carburetor. Somebody's put some other carburetor on there. But other than that, it's complete. But definitely a mess. But if you need the odd part, it's always here, right? Definitely sacred ground. But Mother Earth is reclaiming them. This one here is going to be a pile of red rust pretty soon. But I've got some decent parts off these over the years. I'm taking this hood off today. I took the doors off. I don't need them for the Panama project, but I'm going to hang them in my shop. We're going to have a little piece of wall art out of them. Hey guys, so here we are. We're back at Suzuki Central, LJ Central. We've got the hood off the wreck. I've given it a wash. And it actually turns out pretty good. I'm gonna get this in my shop so it doesn't deteriorate anymore, because it's actually not a bad piece. If you look, there's I don't know if you can see it, but there's a small dent there, which will come out. I mean, it's totally fixable. That hood is totally fixable. It's obviously been resprayed a deeper yellow than the stock yellow. Stock yellow is a little lighter than that, and I can confirm that to you by the underside. That is the original yellow that I remember from the 80s. And if you look at this hood, it has the original decals on there. All the original decals are all in the correct placement. And that is the original yellow. Totally original. This had a respray, and somebody has put aftermarket hood latches on it. There's the originals. But it's a good piece. I mean, if you were looking for one of those, that would be worth $1 million to you. Even though it's in bad shape, it's totally repairable. Good body shop, or if you do body work yourself, could fix that dent, no problem. It's better than starting out from nothing. So it's not a bad piece. I'm gonna stick it in my shop. I got it off my Rex, so it's out of the weather. I'll bubble wrap it and stick it in my shop just for a spare. I'm slowly pulling parts off my Rex to get them out of the elements before they totally degrade back to nature. Because parts, I don't know where you guys are living and watching this. The beauty of the internet and YouTube, I mean, you could be anywhere in the world. It's totally amazing. But the 20 of you that are watching this around the world, I don't know where you are, but here in Canada, parts for an LJ80 are very, very scarce. As I say, Suzuki bugged out of Canada 5, 6, 7 years ago, out of North America. They're gone now. Most of the dealerships were taken up by Mitsubishi dealerships. Some Mitsubishi dealerships paid for the license to still carry spares for Suzuki. And I'm lucky the Mitsubishi dealership next to me has that license, and they do offer spares. But you can go down there with a part number, and it's Russian roulette. You spin a wheel whether you're going to get the part, because most of the parts have been discontinued. There are a handful of parts that you can still get, but very, very few. So you need 2 or 3, even 4 wrecks if you're going to seriously drive one on the road. I'm lucky. I have quite a few wrecks, so I'm good. I have new old stock parts. I'm pretty good in the spare part department, but there's always that part that you need and you don't have, and trying to source it is a nightmare. But I guess that's half the challenge of owning an old LJ, is sourcing out the parts and keeping it on the road, because if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's the fact that it's a challenge, and keeping the old cars on the road, that's what it's all about. Anyway, we're back at Suzuki Central. Charlie the shop dog's been a big help today. We pulled this off the Rex. We're gonna stick it in stock, bubble wrap it, so we'll have it just in case. You can just see that dent there, the way the light's hitting that there. That dent could be dealt with quite easily by a body person, no problem. It's totally repairable. So here's the hood. We've got it inside now. You can see those dents in the corner there. It's right there. Right there. But that can be dealt with. That's no problem. That's a good piece for our stock. And I also tore the doors off. There's the doors. The yellow doors there. We tore the doors off a couple of days ago. And they're not the greatest. There's a rust hole there, spot that's almost penetrated. It's almost through on both of them, strangely enough. Not quite sure. The other one in that particular spot is fine, so I'm not quite sure why. Maybe the door got sprained and started a dent there, chipped the paint, started to rust. But there's the 2 used doors off the yellow one there, and those are the 2 doors off the gray one that was up there in the center, the convertible. I'll put those in storage. These yellow ones here, they're not for the Panama project. It's actually, I'm gonna do some wall art for the shop here. They're gonna go up on the racks and it's gonna be art. And all you LJ fans out there will appreciate that. Having that on the wall is definitely a piece of art. So that's what we're doing there. And while I was there, I also ripped the voltage regulator out. And actually, not in bad shape. The plating is still there. Part number, it's actually not in bad shape. Not much corrosion there, but of course it's tucked underneath the dashboard there, right underneath there, so it's pretty well protected. So I think that's a keeper. And I tore out the seat belts, and the plating's starting to rust on this one, but that can be dealt with. But there we go. We've got the seat belt clips there. I'll clean those up and put them in storage. It's just nice to have a new part's nice, but it's nice just to have any part that you can put on when your part goes on your driver. Because like I said, they're the parts here in Canada. I'm not sure where you people are watching this, but here we don't even have Suzuki dealerships anymore. It's hit and miss whether you can get parts. Of course, there's always eBay, but some people want some pretty pricey prices for these new all stock parts. So if you're gonna drive one of these on a regular basis, get 2 or 3 wrecks. They're worth their weight in gold, literally. So here we are. We got the used parts. We got them cleaned up, and cleaned up pretty good. It almost looks like a new part. That's not bad. Almost looks like new parts. Got the voltage regulator cleaned up. The 2 seat belts. A little bit of corrosion, but they're cleaned up. I'm gonna stick them in storage. Gonna get them bagged up, and we'll stick them in storage. And they're there if we need them. Just so we can keep our LJs going as long as possible. Catch you later.